Twilight Comes. From my book, Sandy Danced, some say that harp was the band that fiddled that day. Recently, an author, Jim Williamson, asked permission to put the written version on his website, Echoes of Enoch. I would suggest that anyone who is interested in Christian conspiracy visit Jim's website, Echoes of Enoch. Well, I suppose it's time for me to read that poem, Twilight Comes. It is, of course, free verse prose, so if there's any rhyme, it'll be internal. Twilight Comes. When the dark twilight comes to America, the new moon will rise over a world gone mad, eclipsing anything we've seen before. With the breaking of the dawn comes a strange evil. It will not be pretty, not for America, not for the world. More so, fear, war, famine, economic collapse, social chaos, natural calamities are really dark kingdom preparatory sacrifices. Only the initial icing on the cake to usher in the short but brutal Luciferian reign. Thanks be to God that dark reign will be ended by Jehovah's mighty hand. Long before the falsely prophesied golden age, the secret societies, those who only think they are illumined, have opined becomes extant. Thanks be to God for his mercy to rescue us, then give us his golden age instead. If it were not so, all of mankind would die long before its end. Even those few elites promised a genetic enhancement of several hundred disease-free years would not have lived as kings, as they'd presumed, but merely as toys or slaves. Indeed, it would have been a case of, oh, how the mighty have fallen. If not driven to madness, they would have one day yearned for the long, gentle embrace of natural death. The devil's false golden age would have been a golden age in name only. Thankfully, the darkness before the dawn will be temporary. But oh, the extent of that darkness! Phase 1 will be bad enough. Phase 2 is worse than the first. Daniel spoke of the mingling of seed. That indeed was a dark, multi-layered omen. What comes in that second wave? Most of those who are left will deny with greater tenacity than the standard gloom and doom of wars, famine, or disaster. Hollywood has presaged it. Do you see it? People flock to the theaters. They swarm the video rental stores. What are they craving? Aliens, genetic super soldiers, superheroes, vampires, zombies, werewolves. Good, evil, pretty, or ugly as depicted by directors. Directors of movies as well as directors who attempt to program mankind for their masters. Directors who gather wealth from the masses. Directors who stir the hungry darkness in the hearts of pagans. Directors who disclose hints to the blinded populace of the return of the Dark Kingdom entities who serve the coming Nimrodian world leader. Directors who ensnare Christians in their own lusts to keep them from becoming powerful servants of the one true King. We are being primed by the dark powers that be who are preparing to bring order out of chaos. Wars, famine, natural calamities are just the first wave. The second wave, for the most part, comes after. It will surpass the prior darkness by releasing the things that go bump in the night. Until you see them, you won't believe in them. From once human genetic killing machines to jackal-headed hybrids, they will, one day soon, in a land near you, exit the subterranean lands of myth. That is why you need to know the Lord and His power, not just have a cranium crammed with facts about Him. That is why you need to let Jesus prepare you for what is to come. Some will simply be taken home. Some will earn a martyr's crown. Some will be preserved or relocated. But beware a fake relocation. All who stay will have a chance to have a piece of the action. Remember the sons of Sceva? What did the demon say? "Jesus I know, and Paul I know, but who are you?" Then the sons of Sceva were beaten within an inch of their lives. Remember also that principalities and powers are more resistant than demons, but do not forget the supremacy of Jesus Christ through those who are truly righteous by His righteousness. While the times that are coming are darker than we've ever seen, more perilous than ever before, we are also entering a time more prophesied than any other, a time when the saints will do great exploits in the name of Jesus Christ. Like when the Hebrews were taken out of Egypt for God's great glory, God will receive great glory in the midst of tribulation, not only in America, but around the globe. Remember, the darker the darkness, the brighter God's light in the midst of that dark night. While that light may start like a handful of tiny stars scattered across a partly cloudy night sky, in the end that holy light will effulgently fill the world. Wayne Thomas O'Connor, November 2012. If you are interested, Sandy Danced, Some Say Harp Was the Band That Fiddled That Day, is available in both paperback and digital format at Amazon.com and by request at other fine bookstores. Again, thank you for listening. Have a great day or evening, as the case may be.